Hello everybody and welcome to round 4 with the blue-red Thermovolt deck. We'll just jump straight in as per usual. I know I say that every time, but let's go in. Seems like an alright hand. I got the Thermo Alchemist there for turn 2 if I want to. I'm not too sure if I will with the 2 Highland Lakes there, but it's there. I think I can keep that, so I'll just go ahead. Looks like they've mulliganed down to 5 at the moment. Let's see if they keep going. So they've kept at 5. Let's jump in. What do we got? It's possibly a white humans deck or a white variant deck. So expecting aggro here. Let's see what they can do. Nothing exciting for turn 2 anyway, nothing that deals damage to me, so that's always good. Do they have a turn 2 play? They do. Another Thraben Inspector, and it's not too big a problem. It's a slow clock, so I'm going to play the Spy Bluff Canal there, and I'll play the third one, the second one on the third turn, just so they don't come in tapped as well. The Highland Lake, I've got heaps of lands at the moment. I'm going to be drawing more most likely, so it's possible that I'll use the Highland Lake to discard to the Tormenting Voice. But for the time being, just going to get the Thermo Alchemist onto the field. If they have a Declaration in Stone, it's annoying, but not too big a problem. We can still continue on. We can block for the time being as well. It's possible they may just start cracking clues now. That's exactly what they've done. So it looks like they're out of lands as well. They might still attack here just to get that 1 damage in. Yep, that's fine. Let's hope they aren't playing some red in there as well or something, and then they've just drawn a 2 damage spell, but I think I should be safe. Yep, awesome. So I think that I will do. I think I'll do the Tormenting Voice next turn, so I'll just hold up for the Anticipate this turn. I think I can still do I can do 2 damage to them at the end of their turn. We'll see what they play. It's like they're just drawing the other card. That's fine. So they found their land. So they're white-black, possibly Abzan. Wouldn't bet too highly on that, but it's definitely a possibility. I'd be curious if they have any something like Dead Weight, where this block isn't particularly good, but I wouldn't think it to be the case. No. Okay. So we're going to Anticipate end of turn here. I think we're just going to go straight for the Glimmer there. Don't need any more lands. Down to the bottom, and don't forget to ping for 1 more. Okay, so I'm going to do the Tormenting Voice and then Anticipate, I think. So I'll just ping for 1. I'm going to Tormenting Voice away the Highland Lake. It's not. Once you've got the handful of lands on the field, it's just nowhere near as good as it could be. So okay, so we got a second Thermo Alchemist. I might actually cast that instead. Provides me a second blocker. Hopefully they don't have that Declaration in Stone at any point. But I think that would be a reasonable play there. Start pinging them for 4 damage a turn at least, and we can work our way up. Hopefully finish them off pretty quickly for game 1. So another Thraben Inspector, that's fine. So I might just crack a clue at some point. So Still thinking about attacking. It has me a little suspicious as to what they're doing. But I think that it's fine to block. Might be just, I assume they're just bluffing. And that is exactly what it looks like. Okay. I think it'd be quite reasonable to Tormenting Voice away one of these mountains and then just hold up for Anticipate. So I think I'll do that. Let's see what we get. Anything interesting? So Fevered Visions is a pretty good one, I think. Given that they're stuck on mana at the moment, and they do have 5 cards, probably drawing into the 6 with the clue there, I'd say it would be quite reasonable to play down the Fevered Visions and expect it to hit. If they draw, they do get the additional draw each turn, but that's not too huge a deal. Otherwise, I could just go for just additional damage by casting the Anticipates, the Glimmer of Genius and such. I think actually the Fevered Visions there would be better. It's a better use of mana, and next turn it allows me to cast both an Anticipate and a Glimmer. So I think I'll do it that way. Yep, we've cracked that clue, that was expected. So Dynavolt Tower is also an interesting one. I don't think it's going to be too required. So they got their 4th land. Okay, Anguished Unmaking, so I'm quite okay to just tap that one. I can deal with that exile. Them now being tapped out kind of means that I can block without any risk, I suppose. I don't think there's any 0 cost removal cards in Standard at the moment. A pain in the ass if there were. Okay, so what can I do? So I can do 3 damage with just the Thermo Alchemist. I can't cast Dynavolt Tower and then have enough energy to burn anything with it. So I think I will just hold up for the Glimmer of Genius and the Anticipate during their turn. See if I get anything new here. Anything good here. Another Fevered Vision's not bad. A little bit annoying that they got the Shambling Vent actually, now that I think about it. Suppose they're targeting that, so in response I'm going to go ahead and just do my plan. So I'll Glimmer and Anticipate. Drop the mountain, take inventory, I think I'm alright with. I suppose the deadlock trap there, I've got plenty of lands. What the deadlock trap there allows me to do possibly is cast the Dynavolt tower and another spell, and I think I might have enough to burn with it. But that is certainly the end of that Thermo Alchemist. So I think, unless they've got some life gain, I should be able to just cast the Dynavolt tower and followed by the Glimmer of Genius. And just burn them out this turn, or this coming turn. So, Dynavolts. To Glimmer. So you get the 2 from the Dynavolt trigger and the 2 that Glimmer gives you as well, so it brings us up to 6, so I'm able to just burn with that. I think I just want to put both of them on the bottom, just in case they survive. We'll just burn them to the face. Do we win? Do they have something? Good, cool. So that there wasn't really aided by the fact that they had to mull down to 4 or 5. I can't remember what it was, but I think it was 5. So Galvanic Bombardment is definitely a good one. They've got plenty of small creatures. Radiant Flames would be good if I had a 3rd colour, but doing it for 2 doesn't really impact as much. I think Incendiary Flow is not too bad. So I think I'll do that. And then I'll get rid of a couple of Tormenting Voice. I think 1 Deadlock Trap, that's not too bad, but it's just not quite what I want. Now despite the Thermo Alchemists doing well, I'm not too sure if I want to keep all of them. There are obviously some blockers. And they are the only creature I think in the deck. Yeah. So, but I do have to get rid of 3 cards. I think I get rid of another Deadlock Trap, a Thermo Alchemist, and another Tormenting Voice. So we'll roll with that. It might not be the best, but we'll hopefully do all right for this next game. Doesn't look fantastic. I think I will have to mulligan that. A turn to anticipate is not too bad, but just having 6 other lands is not fantastic either. It's not too bad. I think the Harness Lightning and the Incendiary Flow, they make that okay. I obviously need to draw some blue mana, which I'm going to have to try and dig toward. So I think we'll scry that mountain to the bottom, and then hopefully we'll draw something blue. So we've got enough removal for at least a few turns. Sacrifice an artifact, put a 1/1 counter on. Interesting. So I think I'm going to just Harness Lightning that immediately. Or Galvanic Bombardment. We'll see how we go actually. I'll wait until their turn to do it. But it's definitely a target for it. We'll see if they play anything that drops down an artifact first. So I'm just going to harness that one, I think. That way I get the additional energy. Fine by me. And they don't seem to have anything, so Now I can do take inventory, hold up the galvanic bombardment. So this is a reasonable turn, I think. Let's see if they, pretty sure they kept their 7. Yep, cool. So I just drew another take inventory. That kind of works out pretty well. So we'll just pass the turn here. This is definitely a variation of the deck that I don't think I've seen before. Okay, Bygone Bishop, that's cool. So I can harness lightning that one as well as take inventory. Remember you cast, so I think I will do that in my turn. Get to draw 2 cards, that's always good. Yeah, I do want to get rid of that before they can get any triggers out of it. Pass the turn back, see if they've got anything for this turn. That'll be interesting. So non-artifact, non-land card. So they're possibly either going to be taking Thermo Alchemist or possibly Fevered Visions. They might try to take some burn or something, but besides that, I'm not entirely sure. I am curious. Let's looks like they're searching through it. Possibly going to have a Google, see what the card is actually called. Do 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 do. They may not know what they're searching for. So they've searched. So yeah. So the name Thermo Alchemist. That's not too big a problem. I'd rather have the Fevered Visions over the Thermo Alchemist. And I think there's only. I think I took out 1, maybe 2. I think I only took out 1. So they're going to get 3 of them, but that's fine. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Yep. That works for me. That is their turn spent as well, unless they've got some additional mana, which they do not. So that is absolutely fine by me. So another take inventory. I am enjoying that part of it. So I think I'm going to Incendiary Flow, take inventory, then hold up Galvanic Bombardment. Probably should have done the take inventory first, just in case I got something like Fevered Visions out of it. But never mind. Dynavolt Tower is another good one that I would have liked to have been able to cast this turn, but not a problem. So they've finally got their 4th mana. It's a tapped land, so that's fine by me. And they don't seem to have a play. Excellent. So definitely playing Dynavolt Tower. I think that I just need to. I'm going to hold up for Anticipate and Galvanic Bombardment, so I don't think it matters which colour I tap for there. So that's just pass turn. That's annoying. I don't think I can do anything to prevent that from happening. I'll still may as well anticipate just to get the energy trigger. If I happen to draw any 1 mana spell, which I think I can cast, which I don't think I have any besides Galvanic Bombardment. I think I'm going to go for the Harness Lightning. Just gets more energy. Although having the Bombardment does 3 to air. No, I think I'll do it that way. Yeah, that's fine. So just accept that one. I think I'll play the Spire Bluff Canal, just get it out of the way. I'll burn for another 3. And then this way I can hold up for either Harness Lightning at the end of their turn, or I can Harness Lightning and Galvanic Bombardment, or I can just Glimmer of Genius. They do not seem to have much. I'm quite happy to keep both of those on top. So I'm going to throw down the Dynavolt. Again, I've got up to 2 spells to cast in the time that I have that, so I can really hoping they just play a nice small creature for me to Galvanic Bombardment. That doesn't look likely either. Ooh, that's annoying. So again, we're just going to go for the energy triggers, and I'll be able to do burn for 3 damage just before it gets destroyed as well. So put that on the bottom. I'm quite happy with Anticipate. That's fine. We can burn for 3. I wonder how many Fragmatize they have. Where have we got? 6, 7, 8, 9 lands. I think I'll Anticipate now, see if I can get something like a Fevered Visions, because I'll be able to cast that as well as Dynavolt Tower works just as well. So we'll throw down the Dynavolt, and this way I can cast Glimmer in their turn again, or again I've got the 2 options there with the Galvanic Bombardment and the Harness Lightning. Ooh, they've got something to play. Oh, they're so mean. So I'm definitely doing that. And I think I do want the energy trigger. If they want to be able to play something, it's not going to be a huge deal anyway, because chances are I won't have haste. Bottom the island, and we'll top the Fevered Visions. That will hopefully be the thing that helps us get through. And the fact that they're taking another 3 damage there is not a problem for me either. Angel of Invention. Well, that's okay. I suppose I can kill that pretty easily. It does have the lifelink, so if it does survive, it is annoying, but certainly not a massive problem. Good choice. Though now I can just use my Galvanic Bombardment on it. What do we got? I've got 9 mana and 9 mana's worth of spells, so we'll just throw down the Fevered Visions. Go galvanic bombardment on that thing now. Pretty sure it doesn't have anything that's gonna throw down the deadlock trap for next turn if they do end up surviving. And then we've always got that harness lightning if they play something else. Or we'll see what we draw here. The island, that's fine. So them attacking for 2 is fine by me. I'm really hoping they don't play anything, damn it. Try to put in the graveyard, that time it loses that much life. Okay. Interesting. So I think their best chance is to spread this out. I don't know if that's what they're going to do. It is. I think I'm quite happy to just get rid of that now. So they may have turned a corner with this game now. We'll see what we draw here. So yeah, another mountain there. It's not fantastic. So hopefully we draw something with that Fevered Visions, and Anticipate is fine. So they're going to start gaining some life now. It's going to be a little bit annoying. Can't do anything there. Well, I'll cast Anticipate now anyway, but I don't think I'll be able to do anything. Another Fevered Visions doesn't hurt. I mean, they can only be sacrificing so many cards, so many creatures a turn. You have at least 10 or more life than you're starting to, so I think we're fine with the second ability there. If they just pass turn here, then damn it. So they're going to start destroying their own creatures here, just so they don't get pinged by Fevered Visions, which is reasonable. So I think I've got a Galvanic Bombardment in my graveyard already, so I am quite happy to just throw that straight down onto Eiley there, Eiley, whatever the hell it is. They might just start sacrificing a few creatures, which benefits me. Yep, that's fine. Yep, using their mana efficiently, I like it. Now if I want to, I can start using the Deadlock Trap to prevent that creature there from attacking, and I probably will do that. And having more Galvanic Bombardments is always fun as well. So if they've got cards in hand that they can cast, they're probably going to want to. And that I think benefits me, so they're getting rid of one of those. That is pretty reasonable, I think. Just in response to that, I may as well go, nah. I don't think that's too vital just yet. So we'll just throw down another one of those. I think we can just pass the turn from there. Yep. So I think I want to get rid of the what is it, the syndicate trafficker now, just because that will be a bit of a problem. I'll just cast Glimmer here, just to see if I can get anything interesting. I think I've only got one Dynavolt tower remaining, so I'll put the island on the bottom, put the take inventory on top. So you've got a mountain and a take inventory. I think I'm fine with the 2 damage. It's not in any way a problem for me. Dynavolt tower, that's what I'm after. Okay, so pretty much let's throw that down. I think the only instant speed removal that he has for that at the moment is the Anguished Unmaking, and if he has that, then I've pretty much just won, because I can just burn in response to it. I'm going to draw 4 cards off that one, so that is quite good as well. I got another Fevered Visions, so that seems pretty solid. I think I might have just locked this one up. I don't think they've got too much chance of getting out of that, so I can still cast those last 2 cards. I think I'll wait a moment on the Dynavolt tower activation before I go ahead and cast that, or before I trigger that, but we'll just wait to see if they've got anything else there. So the Galvanic Bombardment's also another one of those, so just get rid of some of these lands that come into play tapped. Certainly don't need too many of them. Zulport Cutthroat, that's a pretty good one. I will admit, I didn't expect that one to come in. I like it. They might have to activate their Shambling Vent here, so I'm going to have to trigger that Cutthroat once at least. Gideon as well. Okay. I don't hate their odds. I mean, I just have to not do anything unless they attack, but I think they're just trying to empty their hand at the moment. That's fine because it can't attack. Seems a bit of an odd choice to me. So I think their chance there would have been to play the Shambling Vent, because at least they would have gotten 1 extra life out of it from me killing it. Or me killing the Cutthroat perhaps. But besides that, I think I've pretty much just locked this up. So I should get a trigger with the Fevered Visions here unless they can play their last card. which they do appear to be able to, so they've survived a number of fever visions here quite well. Target creature and opponent control. So they're just playing that for the sake of playing it, by the looks of things. Can't target anything, so I'll just ping there. Ooh. So then just untap. I can cast a handful of things here, and I've won. So they just drew 3 lands there, so they didn't have too much of a chance of winning anyway. But that was actually pretty. I quite liked that game. It was fairly close. They started getting their way back, considering they destroyed 3 Dynavolt towers and one of my fevered visions. So they did pretty well for that. So right now we're 2-2 heading into game 5. So hopefully we'll be able to go 3-2 for the first time. I think we can do it, but we'll see how we go, and I'll see you in game 5. See you there.